Peace and blessings, love and light, and welcome to day 171 of the 365-day challenge. It's your girl Kim, and happy Friday! We've made it successfully through another week, and hopefully you are continuing in your healthy habits, mind, body, and spirit, so that you're making overall wellness a habit. So we've been talking about exercise. We've been talking about exercise plans. We've been looking at some of the exercise equipment that I've had, and we've been, talking about, focusing in on certain muscle groups as we're doing our exercises. And today I wanted to talk about the importance of stretching, especially as we are getting older. Okay, because what the stretching does is it protects our bodies, and it gives us mobility, and also increases our ability to be able to move independently. Okay, it keeps our muscles flexible, and it keeps them strong and healthy. Okay, and it also keeps our muscles from atrophying, which means that they shorten or that they get tight because they're not being stretched or used. Okay, a person who may be in a wheelchair is not as flexible, and they may have issues with atrophy, and it's important for them to get into a stander and to be able to stretch those muscles, that way they don't constrict and get to a point where they're difficult for those muscles to move. Okay, so that's important that we're stretching so that our muscles don't atrophy, and also making sure that we're sitting long periods of time. If we're at a desk long periods of time, that we take the opportunity to stand up and move around, and to get some heat and some blood flowing in those muscles. Okay, and we know that stretching has to be done over time. It's not something that's going to happen instantly. We have to continue to stretch those muscles on a daily basis, so that way again we're keeping that mobility and that flexibility. Okay, one thing that we've heard in the past is, that you want to stretch before exercising, but actually it's better to exercise a little bit, like a little quick walk or a little brief, marching in place, so that way you're getting the blood flow going before you actually stretch, because sometimes stretching on cold muscles will cause more damage than it will good. It will decrease your flexibility. So you want to make sure that you're warming up the muscles first to get blood flowing to the areas that you're going to be stretching. And then when you do finally do your stretching, you want to make sure that you're holding that stretch for 30 seconds. You're not doing that bouncing, because you can damage your muscles as well. The goal of stretching is to put tension on the muscles, but not to have pain happen. So if you're stretching and you feel pain, stop and make sure that you talk to a physician, because there may be an underlying problem. It should always be about releasing some of that tension, or you should feel just a little bit of tension, and then over time it should release. Okay, so that's all I have for you with regards to stretching. Make sure that you are stretching on a daily basis. Make sure that you are getting up and constantly keeping movement, especially as we're getting older, because we don't want to lose our ability to be independent and our ability to have mobility. Okay, and with that, I'm going to say have a most spectacular day. Be sure to sprinkle self-love and self-care all over yourself, and until I see you all tomorrow, I say peace.